All right. What's up, everybody? We are here playing another day of Marvel Snap. Uh, you know, there's 1 week left in the season, so that's also something that's coming to an end. So, still at Omega, haven't really been playing too much on the ladder, to be honest. But, been having a lot of fun recently with just making like really random homebrew kind of like funky decks. So one of the main ones that I want to play today is actually, it's right here, this one already taken up and everything. So this is actually called my discard kill deck, which it's not like a super new revolutionary deck or anything. But it does take advantage of the effect of Gambit and Wong. So I'm just going to walk through the deck, kind of talk about the cards that I use with some of the win play lines here. Okay, so Blade, ever since Blade got buffed, before he used to just discard a random card in your hand, but now it's more targeted, so you can actually discard a specific card depending on what you're pulling from your deck. So a lot better, and it's, again, less randomness, which is good in a discard deck. So Blade I always put in my discard decks now. Morbius, just a classic, +2 for each card. Each time you have discarded a card this game, which is really easy to get him up to at least a 2/6, even like a 2/8, which is pretty crazy for a 2-cost card. Even a 2/6 is really good. So pretty good. The only thing to watch out for is Rogue. So Rogue's going to go ahead and steal his ability, so she snatches an ongoing ability. But for the most part, it's been pretty good. Next card we got here is Swarm. So Swarm, when you discard this card from your hand, you add 2 copies that cost 0 to your hand. And the best part about it is if you discard this, like the copy, which you keep making more copies of the card. So it really gets pretty crazy, and you can get a lot of different copies of of Swarm, and then you can play them for 0. So, pretty regularly, you get to play at least 6, 9, sometimes 12 power for free on turn 6 just with your Swarms, plus a 6 power, like a 6-cost card. So it's pretty crazy. We got Colleen Wing. So discard the lowest cost card from your hand. To be honest, the sole card that I want to discard from my hand is Swarm with Colleen Wing. That's pretty much it. She's a 2/4, which is good for in terms of like her stat line, her power. But I really, really do want to target just hitting Swarm or hitting Blade. I don't mind losing Blade that much. I would prefer not to discard Morbius, but in case I have to, I have some backups later in the deck that are going to account for that. So next what we have here is Gambit. So Gambit's going to discard a card from your hand and destroy a random enemy card on their side. So obviously if it just goes off once, you're kind of just playing it for luck. But I've added Wong to this deck. I'm going to skip over the other 2 cards for a second. But what Wong does, he makes your on-reveal abilities go off twice at that location. So I can discard 2 cards and kill 2 cards. I can discard 2 of the lowest cost cards in my hand. So if I have Swarm and Colleen Wing and Wong, I can play Colleen Wing into Wong, and then she'll discard Swarm once, giving me 2 copies, and then she'll discard one of the copies because they're going to cost 0. So automatically that's going to boost up your Morbius, and it's going to get you a lot of Swarms right off the bat. Again, Wong into Gambit, destroying 2 cards, plus doing more discarding on my side. It's not a very bad thing. So the other pair with Wong that's really great is Ghost Rider. So Ghost Rider is going to bring back one of my discarded cards to this location. So that's always going to be our backup. Even if we get to play... the next card, let me go to the next card, which is Lady Sif, which, by the way, I'm flexing with these variants. I love a lot of these variants that I have, especially in this deck. Colleen Wing is the only one that I don't have, unfortunately. But it's cool just because I don't really play her that much. And when I do find a good variant, I'll just upgrade that one. I don't upgrade any of the basic ones. I try not to anyway. That's not true. I do have some that are upgraded, but I try not to, just so I can dump all of my boosters and the credits into whatever cool variant I get. So Lady Sif, what she's going to do is actually discard the highest cost card from my hand. So that's either going to be Apocalypse or Giganto. So Apocalypse can't actually be completely discarded because with his ability, if he gets discarded, he just comes right back into your hand with 4 power. So, one of the goals is to discard Apocalypse as many times as I possibly can, which again, super fire variant. And so, another really good thing about the deck is hopefully you can play Wong and then you play Gambit and Lady Sif on turn 6. And hopefully, this is a perfect world, you would only have Apocalypse in your hand. So you're just discarding him constantly to get him to be a higher power and then destroying other cards on the other side of the deck, on the other side of the playing field, of the locations. Okay, so Dracula. What he does at the end of the game, he discards a card from your hand, and then it takes that power. So with APOC, it's also a really great card to have because depending on how many times you've discarded him, he'll discard him one last time and then take that new power. So it's almost always going to be 12, sometimes 16. It gets pretty crazy. And then Giganto. Giganto works for discarding for Dracula. I can Lady Sif Giganto and just pull him out on turn 4 with Ghost Rider, and I get a free 14 power bomb on turn 4. So there's kind of a lot of uses for him. The only card that I'm still unsure of is Absorbing Man, which, okay, this is not a flex. This is actually quite terrifying of a card. But I don't like using the base variant, so here we are with Chibi Absorbing Man. But definitely quite terrifying. So again, Absorbing Man, he copies the on reveal of the last card that you played, which is good, right? Because I can use the Lady Sif, I can discard, I can, discard again with Blade, I can go with Gambit. There's a lot of on reveals that can help with Absorbing Man, but I'm thinking that Odin is going to be the better play. And it might be kind of cheeky because, again, he's six cost, 6 energy to play. So I can only play him turn 6. But if I can hit Wong, Gambit, Odin, I'm going to destroy the entire other board. And I just really want that to happen because it'd be really funny. A little bit toxic, but very funny indeed. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Again, flexing with this Odin variant. I have a few good Odin variants, to be fair. So I have this Odin, which is just the Dan Hip variant. It's inked. I love all the inked variants. It's super cool. But this Flaviano variant is also really, really dope. It's got way more of a Norse vibe. You see the crow. Oh, where'd it go? You see the crow in the background, which is nice and cool. Really, really dope. The only thing I don't like about this is that it's not really animated. A lot of the other cards have some type of animation, but there's nothing really animated about this other than he's kind of just rotating in a circle. Or not rotating, he's just kind of like, it's kind of just like if the card is doing this constantly, but it's not really moving. Unlike the Dan Hip one, which also there's not much animating, but the fact that it's the beard, I kind of dig that. I like that, I don't know. I'm a Dan Hipper, to be honest. But I really do like this variant, so I'm going to keep the inked one on there. Alrighty. So let me add him to the deck. And this is what I'm going to be playing. In the spirit of Halloween, my avatar is this crazy squirrel that I got from the zombie bundle. And I just so happened to save up enough gold for that, so that was cool. Not that I don't spend money on this game, but it was nice to just save up gold and buy a bundle instead. So that was cool. But yeah, we're going to go with the squirrel here. And the call sign, Don't Worry, I Don't Bite, with this Stegron Kaiju variant as the card back. I think it's very spooky Halloween time. I think it's appropriate, so we're going to go ahead and run that. So we're going to go ahead and jump directly into a silver conquest first. Let's actually just take it straight to a gold conquest, and then let's see what we can do here. All right. Let's do it. Discard kill deck. I'm still trying to figure out how to make the overlay show on the actual stream itself, so that way you guys can see what I see with the overlay on the left and right side of my screen. But pretty much I have a deck tracker that will show what cards I have already pulled, which are left in my deck, as well as what the opponent's deck has, which is a lot better for Conquest because you know what you're up against. But either way, it's just very useful, and it also is a good way for you guys to follow along as well. Okay, so first things first, no cards in my hand that I can play, which is fine because we're going to play Morbius on turn 2. Okay, so automatically we're playing a high evolutionary deck, and you can see that just because Misty Knight has this weird glowing aura around her, and what high Evo does is he gives cards that would normally not have any abilities, and he gives them abilities. So what Misty Knight's ability is for high evo is when you end a turn with an unspent energy, give another friendly card +1 power. Very annoying. High evo in general is a deck that's very difficult to play against. Oh, wait, a high evo Thanos deck. That's kind of interesting. At least there's a higher chance he doesn't draw, you know, the cards that are going to mess me up, essentially. Okay, so we're off to a pretty good start here. I'm going to Blade, so that way I can discard my Swarm and get 2 free copies. So we'll start discarding right away. The only thing is when you do discard Swarm, he doesn't regenerate like some other cards. So if I do Ghost Rider, it might bring back Swarm. But it's still something I'm going to do because I don't want Lady Sif to discard Wong or Ghost Rider, because again, what she does is she discards the highest cost card from your hand, which right now is just Ghost Rider or Wong, and I don't want to do that yet. So they got the Soul Stone and the Space Stone. So when playing a Thanos deck, all of their stones, each stone has a different ability. The Mind Stone, it's pretty bad if you're playing against the Thanos deck, it's pretty bad if they played Mind Stone on turn 1, because automatically what they're doing is pulling 2 stones out of their deck, meaning they're thinning their deck. So they're going to have a higher probability of pulling all of their other cards. That's kind of a main thing about Thanos decks. You want to pull as many cards as you can. So the Space Stone, on reveal next turn, you can move 1 card to this location, but you're also drawing a card. And then the Soul Stone, which they just recently nerfed, only has an ongoing where enemy cards here have -1 power, but it used to also draw a card, which I'm a fan of. I love playing Thanos, but also at the end of the day, I can understand why people wouldn't want it there, you know? So, I don't know, I get it. Daredevil. Okay. So Daredevil. I'm thinking that this is some type of Thanos lockdown control mixed with high evo. So usually with Daredevil, what it means is they're either going to throw over a Hobgoblin, which would be super weird, but for some reason I'm feeling like this guy's going to throw over some junk. Or he's going to Professor X somewhere. So So I think what we're going to do is drop this so he can't just Professor X in here. Professor X is only 3 power. So I'll be good here. And then hopefully I can top deck Gambit, and we'll Gambit. Well, we can't do that, actually. So we're going to do this here. We'll see. I'm thinking he's going to Professor X, probably this right lane, which then it'll be lost. But we'll see what we got here. I should have honestly kept one of the swarms. I didn't have to play both of them. I probably should have kept one, so that way, in case they don't lock down a lane, which this might be Professor X here, I could have continued to discard the swarms, and that would have been the best bet. Yeah, so there's the Professor X. So if this is a Hulk here, I might lose. Depending what I pull out of this location, I might win. So what I've discarded so far is either Giganto or Swarm. Giganto is a 6/14. Swarm is a 2/3. Let's see what happens here, okay? But this could be like an 18 Hulk or like a freaking 14 to 16 Hulk. So we'll see what's up. He didn't skip too many turns. And also he does have a Thanos deck, so he could still have stones he needs to put out. But I'm expecting it might be as a Devil Dino, in which case, again, we probably lose here. Just because it's going to have the most power, so it's going to be doubled. But I feel like it wouldn't be taking this long if that was the case. Ugh, and it was a Swarm. Terrible. And it was a Devil Dino. So if it was Giganto there, I would have won, to be fair. So honestly, at the end of the day with discard decks, you are always going to be risking a little bit. You're always gambling a bit, but it wasn't bad, to be completely honest. Okay. So we know that these people have a Misty Knight, a Daredevil, a Devil Dinosaur, and a Professor X. That's the other bad thing about the Thanos deck is it's really hard to get through all of the cards because you have so many stones in the way that people play a lot of. So it's always kind of a little bit of a mystery. So I'm actually going to play into Vibranium. So I used to never play into the Vibranium mines, but I will say I do like watching Lammy series play. I think he's a really good kind of like player, much more just for like winning. And having a 1/4 value card in general is just really, really good. Like just the value of that is really, really good. And so most of the time it's worth playing into Vibranium mines. Okay, so I'm gonna... Ooh. I'm gonna Dracula here because no matter how many times Cyclops drops his power, at the end of the day he's gonna discard a card from my hand and bring something back, so that's fine. Okay, he's pulling 2 stones out.
Clear for takeoff.
So I don't want to lock myself in. I haven't discarded anything, actually. So let's not do that. So what I'm going to discard a card. It's going to be Ghost Rider just because it'll boost up Morbius back up with some points, and then I can drop this Vibranium also. It might not be... I don't know if it's going to be worth it, really. But either way, I can't bring back anything regardless, so it's actually fine. Let's boost up. Let's boost up Ghost Rider. I hope I get a card that's going to be able to discard Apocalypse. That would be great. Okay, that works. So, Vibranium 4 power here. That should be good. I'm going to discard Colleen Wing. Colleen Wing's going to discard Apocalypse. And then he's going to turn into a 16. And then Apocalypse is going to get discarded again by Dracula. And he's going to turn into a 20. So I'm going to win this middle lane pretty outright. But I wonder if I should just get rid of this lane and just go 8 right here. Let's do it. Let's spread. He retreated.
Victory.
Didn't seem like he had the right cards there. To be fair, I didn't feel like I really had too much of the right cards. But again, look, played into Vibranium mines and it worked out, so. Okay. This is atrocious. I hate playing that you can't play cards here unless if we top deck Morbius, keep saying Mobius. If we top deck Morbius, it's Morbin time, then I'll be good. Oh no, never mind, I lied. After turn 4, end the game. This is really bad. Hopefully he has the Reality Stone. If he doesn't have the Reality Stone, I'm struggling here. Give me Swarm. Okay, Morbius. Not good. Not good, not good, not good. Seems to me the game is ending on turn 4 either way. I wonder right now if he's wondering if he should change TVA. Oh, he said, no, I don't think so.
Time's up.
So this is the most clear retreat I've ever seen. But essentially, the game is going to end after this round. I also can't, I mean, it doesn't matter about not being able to play here on turn 4 because the game is going to end on turn 4 unless he were right now to Reality Stone and then put Professor X or something here. But at the end of the day, I'm just at a severe disadvantage. I can't really get into these 2 lanes. I would have to go here. And that's under the assumption that he is Reality Stoning, which, why would he? He has the clear advantage. So I'm going to go ahead and retreat. And yeah, I'm gone. So, quick pro tip. Retreat retreat later if you're going to retreat. Never retreat now. Obviously, sometimes if it's like there, it's like, if you have no shot of winning, cool. Retreat now, but it's always worth retreating later because at the end of the day, for whatever reason, if that person is super unsure, you might end up getting away with it and getting some free, getting to keep some of your cubes. So definitely worth retreating later always. Okay, so nothing so far, which is pretty bad. But we do have Wong, we have Gambit, and we have Odin. So 4, 5, 6. So I could Gambit now, meaning he can't Professor X me. The problem is I might discard Odin and Wong. It'll be a 20% chance, maybe 40%, that I discard Odin or Wong. Well, 20% of each of them combined, But is it worth risking it for the biscuit? He's gonna put another card out right now. I'm gonna wait. There it is. See? So I'm going to snap here. Is it Luke Cage? No, it's a Space Stone. So Cosmo's over here. I'm good over here. He does have Daredevil, so he's going to see what I'm doing. But I genuinely believe that it's going to be fine. I don't think he can really protect. He can Professor X a lane, which means I can't destroy cards in that lane. So he could Professor X the right lane, which is fine because I really wouldn't play there anyway. But then that means he'd have to take his chances here in the middle lane. Even if he has Luke Cage, the Space Stone and the Reality Stone would only turn to 1 power. Luke Cage is another 2, so he would be really heavy on the... Let's see. Luke Cage. Okay. That's fine. Here goes. Again. Okay, so the only plan that I have to win this game is destroy every card on his side. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to destroy 4 cards, and even then I still might lose, to be completely honest, which is kind of crazy. But you know what? I have to do it. Yeah, he wins. Honestly, that was a bad play, but I just want to see the destruction happen, so I can see the possibility. But what has come clear to me is that I do need another card for the on reveal to kind of help out with the spread. Oh god. I went on points.
Victory.
Witness me. The death has come. And he retreats. He said, no thanks, I'm out. Hey. Destruction. I just wiped the entire board. And that's all they could do about it. Next. Okay, so first round cleared. Dr. Stephen Strange was just destroyed. Round 2. Let's go. So far, so good. But cool. That was his call sign. Cool. I would love that. I wonder if the cool is just from Hot Rod. Like, was that just Andy Samberg who made that up? I feel like I haven't really heard it anywhere else. But also, it could just, I don't know. Could be, right? Oof. After this turn, put a card from each player's hand here. This is going to be tough, because if it pulls Odin, it's bad. It's 8 power, which is not terrible, but it's not great. If it pulls Apocalypse, it's not great because, again, 8 power, but I can't discard him and can keep him there and continue to discard him. Same with Swarm, same with Ghost Rider. This is just not good. We're not going to snap. We're just going to hold on. Okay, he's playing discard as well. It's a very good Blade. So what I can try to do is Wong, Gambit, Odin. That way I can discard something as well. Okay, that's fine. Calling Wing. That's not good. It's not great, I mean. So I want to play Morbius, but he can just play Morbius in the same lane, essentially. But I want to hold out to see if I can pull Calling Wing. If I can get 0 swarms, to me it's always worth it. The 0 cost swarms, because it's just too good. Whoa, a Lockjaw discard deck. I've never seen that. It probably means he's got a bunch of high energy cards up there. But let's do it. Ugh, and I discarded Odin. That was the worst card that I could have discarded. Completely honest. I guess I spread here, right? He knows I have Apocalypse because I've already discarded him, so he knows. I don't want to let him know that I have Swarm, Giganto, or Blade. For 2 cubes, I would say it's worth it. Okay, I lied. It was not worth it at all. Oh? Oh? The victory. Honestly, the Magneto screwed him on that. If it wasn't for Magneto, I would have lost the left side 110%. But see, so he played Hela, and I don't play Hela with my discard because to me it is the most gamble you are ever playing in any deck. Unless you are absolutely clogging one deck completely, which you should do, then I think other than that it's too difficult to play here. Maybe I'll try to make a Hela deck, but it would have to be just making sure that one of your lanes is already won and that you've locked it down essentially. And then you have to try to get the other, and try to roll the dice with the other two. But again, too risky for me. Not a fan. Shadowland is the worst. Legitimately the worst. Okay, so I'm going to play Blade here for Swarm because I don't want to... Remember that Blade will always discard the most right card in your deck. That's what he does. From your hand, not from your deck. So Swarm is going to get cut, and I'm going to get 2 free ones. And then I can just keep going. And again, Morbius is ongoing, so I don't have to play him first to then get the points. It's just kind of always going to be getting points. So if I pull Gambit or Calling Wing here, I'm going to go ahead and snap. This is such a good Calling Wing variant too. I wouldn't say I'm a cat person. I'm definitely more of a dog person, but I do like animals in general, and this is kind of a cool variant. I pulled APOC. It's not terrible. It's not what I want, but it's not terrible. I don't want to take the chance of destroying my card, so I'm going to push hard into this left lane here. They skip turns completely. They've only discarded the... Oh my goodness. We made it. I'm going to Wong in the center for turn 4. Turn 5, I'm going to Colleen Wing, and we'll Morbius and then Colleen Wing. And then turn 6, I don't know. Maybe I'll Gambit if possible, or I can just play Apocalypse. Okay, so this is going to be either a 14, a 12, something big here. I really do want to play Dracula, but I can't right now. But it works out either way, which is wonderful. Okay, so the plan is we're going to Colleen Wing into Wong. It's going to cut these swarms. I'm going to get a million swarms. I'm thinking it's going to be 4 swarms. Still pretty good. 4 swarms for free. And I'm going to Morbius, so I'm going to get this ongoing power here in this left lane and pressure him to win this left lane. Actually, I'm going to pressure him to win this right lane, because I have a lot more discards discarded than he does. Then on turn 6, I can Dracula into any lane, and hopefully the other card I pull is not a high cost card, which it might be. It might honestly end up being better to play just APOC on turn 6, but we'll see. We're about to find out. Okay, as long as it's not Morbius. It's like I called it out. It's like I legitimately called it out. So if I use Ghost Rider right now, chances are that I'm going to pull out a Swarm. I've discarded 3 cards, which is just Swarm. No, I'm 100% going to pull out a Swarm. I don't even know why it's a chance. I'll only pull out Swarm, so it's not worth it. So I can fill a lane. This is 12 power, which isn't bad. And then I can Apocalypse into the middle. Or I can contend them for this here and try to win that way. If they have an Eliath, either way, they only can pick 1 lane, so I'll win either way. If they have Doom, depending on what this guy discards, I still might win with Doom. I think this might be the safer bet, honestly. I don't think they can really match that much power here in this lane, because they can just play Giganto and discard another one on the left, and if they can't really play Magneto here, they could play Magneto into the... No, it's fine. Yeah, this is it. I should have snapped. Holy cow. All right, we are out here winning games right now, which is awesome. So, again, Hela. He Hella'd. He had a monster hand. He dropped Magneto in a random spot. Still wasn't enough for the APOC. And then Dracula discarded an Infinite. So we know he has Infinite. I wonder why my... I know you guys can't see it, but... my tracker doesn't show that this person has an Infinite, even though they just discarded one. So now I know they have an Infinite. I'm assuming the last card they have would be probably a Wasp, because she's a 0 cost card, and so you can keep throwing her directly into into Lockjaw. But maybe it's not. Maybe it's a tech card for my Morbius. I hope not, because I haven't seen one yet. And honestly, I should have snapped on this last turn on that last game, and I didn't. So it's going a little bit slow here. Okay. Okay. Camartage would normally be really good, but they also have a Gambit, so I'm kind of expecting my Morbius to get blown up here. I have Gambit, but again, he has no cards out. Show me the Gambit. If he plays Gambit first, I'll feel much more comfortable being able to get my stuff out. But also the problem is I only have all my big cards right now, so I don't want to randomly discard stuff out of my hand with Odin and APOC I could win if I just pull Wong. I'll win the game alone with just destroying his board, and it will be a sight to behold. Okay. This is really the worst. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Gambit. Hopefully I don't get Ghost Rider. And then I can just pull whoever I've discarded back out. I hope he pulls something huge out of this Lockjaw so I can absolutely annihilate it. Right now we're in a standoff. We're both waiting to see whose Gambit comes out first. This is my super dope Gambit variant. I don't think I flexed on it hard enough in the explanation. Okay. I know I take long because I talk a lot in ending the turn, but man, sometimes it does feel like forever. Jubilee. Hella. Perfect. I'm okay with that. 100% okay with that. Here comes everything's about to die. Okay, APOC on the first one. Money. You're gone. Don't hit Odin. Calling Wing. Okay, it's still not great. We're snapping. Okay? We're snapping here. The only other card that he has is Infinite. So he really doesn't have tech cards. He needs to beat us with power, which means he can't stop the annihilation that's about to happen. Probably going to have to clip this because this is about to be the whole reason this deck was made. So on reveal already happens twice here. Wong makes on reveal abilities happen twice as well. So he's going to go twice. And then I'm going to drop Odin. And Odin's going to go twice. And every single card on his board is going to get dropped. And it's going to be amazing. What's better is that he doesn't have... Actually, so the problem is that I don't have any other cards. If I don't wipe out his entire board, I will probably lose. So, and you know, he doesn't have Eliath. I already know that. He has Infinite. So we're good. What he can play... what he can play is... Okay, I didn't think about this. I might just get played right now. If he has Magneto in his hand, which 1, 2, 3, 4. How many does he have in his hand right now? He has 7 cards in his hand. How is it even possible? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He has Magneto for sure. So he can pull Magneto away. Okay, this is me saying that I should probably play into Necrosha because he's going to play Magneto here and he's going to drag my cards. I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm about to have a 5 brain play. Why did I do that? I should have committed! I should have committed, even if it was for the memes. I should have committed, and now I've lost out on the best possible situation. Pain. Massive amounts of pain. Twice. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I would have to destroy 9 cards. Gambit goes twice, and then with Wong, he'll go 4 times. And then I think I would only destroy 8 cards, which still would have made it work. Why did I not do that? All right, next time. Damn it. Hey. Do-doom, 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 do-doom. I wonder what this guy is confused about. He only has one possible play one card, which is Blade. I think he's maybe wondering if he wants to discard a card there or not. I don't know. Oh. No. Oh. I had to mute there because my dog was barking. This is not great. Although I do have... Okay, so what I'm thinking here is Blade now. I'll discard Giganto. Turn 4, I can Ghost Rider. Turn 5, I can hopefully Morbius and Colleen Wing. Turn 6, I'll Odin Ghost Rider and bring back the little Somos. Okay. Oof, this person snapped here. If I go 4, or I can go 4, 5. I think I'm gonna run this one. Okay, best possible situation. He only took out the Ghost Rider, 3 power, not a big deal. I was like, why didn't I just pull a card? Because I'm not getting any more cards, Brandon. He showed his Dracula too early. The only thing that can contest here is nothing, is an Infinite, and he just played Dracula, so he can't do anything here unless he's gonna Lockjaw and play one card into Lockjaw, which that he can. And if he gets lucky and pulls something big out, so be it. But I'm gonna lose this middle lane regardless, so let's run this way. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. The hella play destroyed me. Okay. Jupa has us on the ropes. We're bobbing and weaving. I can't believe I lost that 1/4 cuber for not playing Odin, man. Correctly. Ugh. It hurts my soul. Okay. We also haven't been pulling Swarm too much, which is not great. Okay. Blade to discard Dracula is kind of good, because then on turn 3, I can always Lady Sif, hopefully it's APOC, and regardless, I can either bring back Dracula or an APOC, which at the end of the day, it's going to be good. Just going to play Morbius here. I don't want to discard Ghost Rider. I don't want to get rid of Gambit. and he'll be at just 0 power here, but that's fine. This guy's also facing the same dilemma. Either he can play Jotunheim, which each card's going to lose 1 power each turn, or he has to play directly into Necrosha. We will see what transpires. Doom, 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 doo 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 doom. So I think here, so I can bring back Dracula with Ghost Rider, but I almost feel like it would be better to Lady Sif here. I'll discard Giganto, get Morbius another +2, so this will be a 7-point swing. And then turn 5, I can Ghost Rider. And I'll bring back either Giganto or Dracula into Jotunheim and add some pressure there. Okay, that's great that the hell is already out. Five right here. If he skips, he's playing Infinite. If he doesn't skip, he could be playing Magneto. Either way, this guy's in trouble. It sucks that we're on the ropes here, but we got to win 3 games in a row. It's not too bad. So it should be okay. Okay, brought back the Giganto. Cool with it. Blade's gone. That hurts. So he has 6 free points. He's going to play in the middle. He could play Giganto here and win by 1, but I think I'll beat him by points outright. He could Magneto in the center lane. If you have Magnetos in the center, that'll be Ghost Rider, Lady Sif, Gambit. So yeah, that would be his win condition. Magneto's such a good card, honestly. But does he have Magneto? He's thinking right now. He went really heavy into the middle. Okay. I think that's probably one where Jupa would have retreated, but we're playing for 2 no matter what, so what's the point of you retreating, you know? Okay, 1 out of 3 games. About to be LeBron and the Cavs right now. Come back from a 3-1 lead. This is the pro tactic. Leave me here on the loading screen as long as possible to get me frustrated, but this person doesn't know I'm in it for the long haul. Boom, 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 boom. All right. Uh-oh, did the opponent leave? We're waiting for him. He's really playing the long game here. About to find out. Well, not gonna lie, we did get a little bit lucky there. We were behind, but he just retreated. He left. That's it. Game's over. I'll take it. So here we are, 3rd game of a gold conquest, almost at the infinity ticket. We can actually buy an infinity ticket here for 600 of this. Your cubes, give them to me. I love this title. I might just save up and get this title. But also, in 17 hours, unlocks these other boosts, these other rewards for the week. And honestly, I'm definitely going to wait and do this because I really want to have Iron Man boosters so I can boost up and split the cards. So I'm going to try to get to 1,500 of these credits so that way I can get 310 Iron Man boosters. That's 2 splits for your card, which is pretty huge. After 4 splits, you can get a gold or an ink. After 6, I think, or 8 splits, maybe 6 splits, you can get like a Kirby Crackle, which is just one of the backgrounds, which I cannot show you because I do not have one. But as soon as I do get one, I'll put it in every deck that I have. Okay, Limbo gives us 1 extra turn to work with here. I actually really like this guy's Legendary Outlaw. I like the call sign, but I really like the profile here. This Infinite avatar is cool. So is the variant. Dark Dimension. The Dream Dimension. It's terrible. On turn 5, cards cost 1 more. It's probably the worst. One of the worst locations. There are some really, really bad locations. Nico Minaru. Turn into a demon. Oh no, it's that one. Okay. So we're playing a Nico Forge deck, which probably means it's going to be a destroy deck. I'm assuming it's going to be a destroy deck. I'm not going to snap just yet, but I am feeling pretty confident here. It's a destroy deck. So I'm feeling pretty confident because I have Gambit. And destroy usually doesn't win with a lot of cards on the table unless it's a Nimrod, in which case I'm pretty much screwed, to be honest with you. So I'm gonna play Lady Sif. I'll discard hopefully Giganto. I actually lied. I'm gonna go Wong, so I can go Wong, and then I can Gambit into Wong, and then I can Odin, while also putting at least 1 or 2 swarms somewhere else. Deathlock. I really do love this variant. First of all, I need to give this guy some love. This variant is so good. Deathlock, the Death Squawk variant is very good. I do appreciate it. Douche. I should have snapped, and I didn't snap, and now he's going to retreat because I've destroyed his stuff. Hit the Venom. Let's go. Money. That's it. He has nothing to do now. Odin's gone, which is also unfortunate, but hey, who cares? The only thing that he could possibly do right now, at all. Oh man, this is going to be tough. So I'm going to Morbius. The ongoing, how many cards have I discarded this game? 3. So he's going to be a 6, and then I'm going to Colleen Wing, and she's going to discard these 2 cards. So it'll be a 10, plus 9 power in this left lane. I don't think this guy can stay here. I think he's just going to retreat. And I want him to retreat, so at least I can not show him the rest of my cards. It's probably going to be a null if it's 1 card, maybe an alive, I'm not sure. Oh shit, I forgot that this was a turn 7. So I have to retreat now because he is going to Zola here. And then I'm going to lose. And it's one of those things where I can pay to see the Zola and lose 4 cubes. Or I can assume he has the Zola and I can retreat. My thing is, if he has Zola, why wouldn't he snap earlier? This would turn. Well, it would turn into like a 74, I think. There's no way I'm beating that. For 4 cubes. See, he was going to play that. So I think I was about to get Arnim Zolad, and I'm glad that I rode, to be honest. I still have the Gambit in my pocket. He knows that I have that play. He's got to respect that play. But, you know, I have to also respect the Zola play, and that the null Zola is just crazy. I wonder if he does have magic in this deck to stretch that out. Crappio is this guy's name. It's hilarious. Okay, so I'm gonna snap here. I'm gonna get my swarms. I have Gambit, I have Odin, I have Dracula in case I get APOC. Let's see. Maybe I'm being too hasty here. Maybe my confidence is unwarranted, but I don't know. I don't think so. I think we're doing pretty good. This is hilarious because the only thing that this person can play to not have it flip over to my side is a Killmonger. And even then, it still might happen. Okay, well, there he goes. Very cool Wolverine variant, the anime variant that's inked by Wolverine.
Enough said, bub.
What have I discarded so far? Just a swarm, so I don't really care about Ghost Rider. I'm gonna do that.
Opponent snapped.
I'm ready to risk it for the biscuit. We've been 3 games deep with this. It's super risky. 2 out of the cards that I can hit can just regenerate, come back. But I'm hoping... Oh, no. But I'm hoping that I get the cards that matter. Would be Carnage, Killmonger, and Venom. Those are the cards that matter.
Enough said, bub.
Hit the Venom again. Oh my gosh, the snipe. And the Carnage. Wow. The heart of the cards is real. This is for 8 cubes. If I snipe the right card, I win. It's gotta be null. Okay. It doesn't matter now. Wolverine can just move anywhere. That's not his own place. Victory. Holy crap. That is such a great win right there. That is amazing. Oh yeah.
Victory.
Dude left. He said, no thanks. It's in the heart of the cards. That's what he doesn't know. Whoa. We just 3-0. with the ultimate discard kill deck. The infinity ticket is ours. So when you actually win an infinity conquest, which I have not done, you actually get like an infinity border for one of the whatever avatar you win with. And honestly, I would love to get one of this squirrel. I'm down for the zombie squirrel. Nice. Toy, 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 toy. I'll confirm these missions here. Get some of these credits. This is XP. Oh, I'm so slow. I forgot this weekly challenge had already reset. I should have saved those challenges so that I could just get them back, essentially. Like, get a head start on these weekly challenges that we got going here. All right. That was pretty awesome. I'm going to try to do one more fun deck. Maybe take it on another gold conquest, and then that'll be it for tonight. But this deck was honestly a lot of fun to play. It's pretty basic. No higher level cards from what I think in terms of the tiers. But it's a lot of fun to play, to be honest. Again, like all discard, it is kind of, luck. But for the most part, it is really, really fun. Oh, actually, let me... so you guys can see the cards. That would be nice, right? So, yeah. Again, this deck is a lot of fun. Discard kill. 3-0 right now on Conquest. Well, with one lever. But either way, dub, right? We got the ticket. So it matters. So I want to highlight one other deck. And it is kind of nonsensical at this point. And the whole reason of wanting to play this deck is just because of this variant that I got for Warpath. And I've never played this card, to be completely honest, and it is already one of my favorite variants in all of Marvel Snap. It just goes so hard. This dude, it looks like this guy could have his own like anime made of him. And you know what? I would watch it. I would watch all of it. And it would be this super bloody R-rated, like this dude's ripping off people's heads or something. But it would be awesome to watch, and I'd be down to watch it in this art style specifically. So whoever Maria Wolf has got to make more variants, because this one is a banger, absolutely. So the whole point was to try to put Warpath into a deck, and his ongoing ability, if you have, if one of your other locations is empty, you get +4 power. So that's really good. Now, what I thought of is just playing him in like an ongoing deck in general, maybe with some of the Living Tribunal, because you just focus a lot heavily in one lane. Your power disperses across the whole board. And so you get a lot of power that way. Maybe some Iron Man, Iron Lad to try to get any of these other big cards. But it's kind of a high rolling deck. 5 out of the 12 cards are 5 costs or higher. 2 are 4. So it is going to be difficult to try to get them down early. So that's the only problem I've been having with this deck, to be completely honest. But I'm thinking another deck that might be really fun to play with would be a clog deck. So I'm going to try to make one really quick. Like this clog deck. I already have a clog deck, kind of a loose, build, I guess you would say. But I want to make a few changes. So let's see here. Titania is pretty good. So I want to include the Warpath. So I'm going to add him in here. Warpath. And I took out Juggernaut for him. I don't think that was that big of a deal. Rogue, what Rogue does is she steals a random enemy ongoing card. So it's a great tech card. Ongoing isn't super crazy right now. But again, when it's there and you have Rogue, it really does help save you. Polaris I want to keep because, again, I'm trying to just clog a lane as fast as possible, and I don't want to play with debris. So that way I don't have to have every lane filled up on my side, right? Okay, so the Hood. The Hood is always great just to get the 1-cost Demon. If I get Viper, what she does is throw 1 card over to the opponent's side. So I can just throw the Hood over, turn 1, turn 2. That's a great combo. Throwing Junk over, if you get one of those Shadow Ninjas or any other type of card on your side, if they cop goblin you, if they green goblin you, just being able to throw something to their side is really impactful. And that's the same for this card here, Sentry. So Sentry, when you play this card, it's a 4/10, which is a crazy stat line. You know, there are some 6-cost cards that don't have 10 power, but it creates a -10 monster in the right lane, which the only way that we're going to get rid of that is either by Carnage eating it or by Viper throwing it over. The problem is, if I want to use Warpath correctly, I'm going to really have to be smart about how I'm using him and where I'm putting him. So that's going to be a little bit difficult. And the other issue, the other good card, not issue, but the other card that sometimes works wonderfully for me and other times is a complete pain is Professor X. I don't know why I always end up putting him in the wrong place, to the point that I almost feel like I don't want to play him. Actually, no, I'm going to play him because Professor X when you're playing clog is important. Because if you can lock down a lane at the end, it's not a lane that you're trying to clog. At the end of the day, they have to just play the other lanes. They don't have a choice. So I would say that Professor X is actually really good to play. But again, maybe if you wanted to add Daredevil, or if you're just really good at soul reading your opponent, go for it. Go wild. Shang-Chi is a card that not a lot of people are really playing right now, but it is such a good card. And I love this variant. That's inked and it has the white flares. I think it's awesome. I just got lost because this thing is so lit. Again, no one expects Shang-Chi, but it's really good to be able to destroy really high power cards. And because no one expects it at the moment, it is even better. So I would say that, you know, it's worth looking into playing Shang-Chi, but I'm thinking if I want to play, instead of Shang, and I put Nico Minaru in, just so I can turn some things into demons if I need to. Like imagine Nico Monaro into the Hood is a very popular combo because you can either destroy it to get more cards, or you can turn it into a demon itself, give it 2 power. You can do a lot of things with it that I think is pretty useful. But now, do I want to get rid of Shang or do I want to get rid of Rogue for it? You know, that's kind of the question. Shang-Chi is a way more tech card, but also Nico Minaru is a very fun card, so I'm going to play Nico in there. Where did Nico Minaru go? There she is. So I'm gonna replace Shang. And I'm gonna add Nico. This is the Sister Grimm variant, which I also think is really cool. Oop, and I can upgrade it again. But do I want to get it off of purple? I feel like the vibes are just right for spooky time, you know, for Halloween. I'm gonna leave it. Also, gonna flex this Kitty Pryde variant. It's my favorite variant. Also, it's like top 5 favorite variants in Marvel Snap. This one's just so good. This wedding one is also funny because dragon in a tuxedo. I mean, you can't really beat that, right? A dragon in a tuxedo. Although it's super weird that she's marrying the dragon. Again, I don't know any of the lore, so maybe it's not weird. But to me, it seems pretty fucking weird that she's marrying a dragon. Other than that, again, Nico, we're gonna add her to the deck. We're just gonna play this. Let's see. Do we want to change the card back? Let's leave it. Let's leave the clog deck with the Warpath new, and let's take it into a conquest really quick. I have 7 gold, so we'll go right into another gold conquest here. My clog. And let's get it popping. Okay. So, let's see how this goes. After you shuffle 3 Vibranium into your deck. So off the bat, we have the Hood and we have Viper. I'm gonna skip a turn. I want to see what this okay, this person's not playing anything. Ongoing effects are disabled here, so I can't play Warpath here. Cannot play Warpath here. So I'm going to skip one more turn because the only 3-cost card I have is Goblin, which could be useful, don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, turn 3 I can Viper the Hood, and it's going to be a Goblin either way. I do want to see a little bit of what this person's got going on. Lizard. A very cool lizard. This makes me believe this person's running either a like a Shuri deck. I think it would be a Shuri deck, to be completely honest with you. So what we're gonna do is the Hood and Viper. I'll be losing power, absolutely, but they're gonna be losing more power every turn. Not more power, but they'll be losing just the same amount of power. So now it'll just stay similar. So usually people wouldn't snap on that, you know what I'm saying? But hey, it is what it is, right? So I'm gonna try to ignore this middle lane here. This guy thinks I think he's gonna either destroy it or he's gonna maybe throw it back over with his Viper. Luke Cage. Okay, that does hurt, but that's okay. So we're gonna Titania and we're gonna Green Goblin. So hopefully he doesn't play anything here, and Titania is gonna go down, and then Goblin's gonna go over, and Titania is gonna stay there and clog up their lane. The only issue is, if they play here, Goblin's gonna stay on my side, that'll be a problem. So that's something that we also gotta watch out for here. And this is perfect because I'm protecting the Titania, because now it's on his side.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
Oh no! Since Warpath is now in this lane, that's a good play, right? Like, what are you gonna do about it? That's a very good play. But I don't think it's I don't think it's the smartest play for him either. So this is going to be 4. That Titania is going to come over. And the Green Goblin's going to fly over there, and Silk's going to leave. And if it's an Alioth, I lose. But I think he thinks I'm going to play in Vibranium because of Warpath's ongoing being gone. I love it when a plan comes together.
Victory.
That's a dub. Oh yeah. Did I not snap back on this guy? I'm losing cubes. I'm losing the cubes. But that was a soul read, as they call it. I saw into this player's mind. I saw his false truth and destroyed him. I think I'm going to Nico Minaru here, and then I'm going to Viper, because I'm going to get a copy of Viper into my hand, which means I can just play another Viper. And hell yeah, why not? Unless I have a Green Goblin, do I pull Green Goblin? I don't pull Green Goblin. This is 2 power, like, you know, maybe I should... I'll hold off 1 turn. Let's see. Okay, I love this. It might backfire so hardcore though. I'll play a Titania to 2 different locations, and then I'll Viper her over. And then I'll get Titania in my hand, and it'll just be a bunch of 1/5s flying around. This is going to be a chaotic game, but I've now committed to it being total chaos. That is all good. This is gonna be absolutely amazing, to be completely honest with you. So I had to. Oh, Professor X is a 6 cost. That's not great. This is hilarious, dude. Okay. Okay, so he can't play anything here, and whatever I play, I'm gonna pull back Titania. So I'm gonna snap because I don't think this guy can really do anything about this at this point. If he plays something here, Titania's gonna go, and then she's gonna come back. That might be difficult. It might not work out. Let's see. Hopefully he plays someone. Maybe he doesn't play something, and then he can't play anything there. That would be great. This is also such a good variant. Ivan Shavrin. Ivan Shavrin. I feel like that's what would be the way to say that. Okay. Clogged up the lane. Didn't clog it up enough. Or, and I'll pull the 10 out over here. That would not be great. I might have to retreat on this one. My thing is, I don't think the Hobgoblin, for like, I think the ongoing, the on revealability goes off first, and then the card moves. So Hobgoblin would just stay here, and then I would lose absolutely. So I have to retreat here. I don't have enough cards that would win. That's really sad. The chaos. I lost the chaos. Let me see. Can't do anything about it. Don't give away free cubes. Your cubes matter. Usually when it feels like you're gonna lose, usually you're right. Trust your gut. Obviously sometimes you have to go with the heart of the cards. But there was no chance. After turn 5, your destroyed cards revive here. So that means if I'm going to play Sentry and destroy his clone in the right lane, that means I'm going to have to do it after turn 5. So I'm going to play Green Goblin here directly into the center lane, because there's going to be a card that's added here for both of us. And so I'm going to start clogging up this lane already. I'm going to play Green Goblin probably directly into Polaris, and I can't. Hey. My interface gets in the way sometimes when I'm trying to emote. What in God's name? How did they get that good of a card? Ooh, good old man thing. So I do want a copy of a card.
Opponent snapped.
He has Luke Cage, so I know that. So I won't win this lane either way. If I sentry, even if I destroy it, it'll be Carnage will be a 4. It won't work. But I could put up 11 points. He only needs 4 to win here. Less if he Luke Cages, which he probably will. It's a lot of power going out right now. I think I gotta go here. I don't think I can really do anything else. And look, they went right. Yikes. So, to be honest, I would have lost either way. They didn't have Luke Cage, which is crazy. But even if I would have gone Sentry here, if I would have Carnage and Sentried, that would have been 12 here, I would have won, and then Iron Fist would have got booted out here, and I would have lost in these 2 lanes either way. Okay. False Truth's got his back. That's what I get for not snapping. If I would have snapped on the last one, it would have been 8 cuber. A lot more pressure. A lot more pressure there. After you play your next card, move it 1 location to the right. Okay, here comes the demon card. This is a really good play here. It's an 8 power play. And I don't think he has Killmonger. Either way, I'll spread it out. Six cost cards cost 1 less. I don't even know if he has any 6 cost cards. I'm assuming he would probably have an Alioth. He could Spider-Man here. He could Man Thing. He could do a few things here. Yeah. This will be a +6 if he throws in Luke Cage. Let's go. Let's get it straight. See, like, I snapped and he snapped. Oh, because I only got 4 left. Makes sense, doesn't it? I see your Stegron. Got him.
Victory.
Got him. Let's go. Okay, now we're up. To turn 3. Okay, so I'm not going to do that, but I will play this card here. Got a free demon in my hand. On turn 6, cards can be played here, so I want to lock him up in that lane. I want to make him struggle. He's playing Zabu there. Awesome. Gonna make him struggle. Gonna make him struggle. That's okay. I don't even want to win that lane. Turn 4, I do want to play Warpath here because he's a 4-cost card. So Man-Thing, who takes away 2 power from 1 through 3 cost cards, won't really matter. And then turn 5, I can kind of go big here. So I want to pull the Silk back over here. That's my whole play, is to pull Silk back over here. So that way it's locked up and they can't play anything. Oh no, not in the middle. Oh, that's tough. But here we go. Look, this is the kicker right here. I've won that lane. What? How does that make any sense to me? It doesn't. So he reveals first, meaning I think he's going to try to play into this because he thinks I'm going to play into this, which I likely will. Like, I don't have any other options here. I did not think Warpath was going to get kicked out. So I've locked down this lane, but I can't lock down anything else. This is my biggest power. I got to let it ride, and that's all I can do. For the win. What's crazy is I still haven't seen 2 of his cards from his deck yet. That's also very impressive. It works actually so perfectly. Never mind, that does not work perfectly, but I'm pretty sure I still win. Victory!
Victory.
Dang! Dang. Got him. Always hit with the fist bump, but... So he's running a C5 deck. I swear. I've created my own C5 deck and I thought that it was the best thing ever. And it's very similar to this, except I didn't have Man-Thing. I didn't have Enchantress. And I didn't have Zabu. I wouldn't... I guess it is a lot of 4-cost cards to have Zabu. It just didn't feel that great, I guess. Things needed to move a little bit more. All right, well, ending the night on the dub. That's where I'm going to end it. We have hit the 1300 medals mark. So I could buy this title, but also I'm going to wait so I can buy this Iron Man tomorrow. Oh, it's 1500 things. Either way, that'll be a tomorrow problem. But either way, it was really, really great today. We went through 2 really cool decks. I always like to check the shop. Pretty good. Oh, this variant is very dope for Psylocke. Some cherry blossom action going on. But overall, it was a great stream today. I did do really well in the conquest. I will probably be bringing over this discard kill deck over into the ladder tomorrow just to see if I can climb some rank before the end of the season. This is the last week before the season ends. My goal is to get to infinite, at the very least get to 90, so that way I can start from 60 for next season rather than starting at 50. But again, yeah, just going to be grinding the ladder mostly this week, trying to get to that infinite rank. But again, after next week, it'll go back down, so I'll be back to rank 70 at the best case. Rank 60 hopefully is the worst case. But yeah, other than that, it's been a lot of fun. So thank you everybody for tuning in, and have a great night. Peace out.